Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? It's Alexander Hilly123 here, and it's time for Chapter 2 of my Dead Space Remake Impossible Difficulty Commentary walkthrough. Holy shit, that's a mouthful. I tried to keep it succinct with these titles, but sometimes it's just so damn hard. And the game actually looks weird on my screen now, because it's just hit 10 PM and I've got my laptop to turn on. You know, like the yellow tint, the night light as it's called. So everything looks extra yellow. It won't for you guys though, just for me. But yeah, we're going to get the kinesis now. We're going to get the pulse rifle. And the gameplay is going to open up. See what happens here. I can't remember much. I remember being happy enough with the project to upload it, but we've got this waifu here. And don't worry, we will be stomping on her in just a moment. There we have it. Woohoo! Damn, son. There's a pulse rifle. It looks cool. Most people, if you have a look online, I did do so before the game. Well, not before the game was released, obviously, but before I did this project, I had a look at like tier listings online, and obviously it's all subjective, but most people agree that the pulse rifle is the worst weapon in the game, and it's pretty trash, and it's weak by default, but if you put nodes into it and you use it correctly, it can still be very useful. I still like the pulse rifle in this game, but I don't think it's as good as the other weapons that I use, quite simply. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, look at this. More downtime. The C word. Chen. Right, I want you guys to know it as that now. It's the C word. Chen. Hammond and Chen sitting in the tree. Let's see what we're doing here with the upgrades. Sell the conductor. You also in this game, ladies and gentlemen, interesting to note, get weapon upgrades, which you then send to the bench, and you get a power node from it as well. So even if you're not using a weapon, let's say I'm not using a line gun, like I'm not going to be doing on this playthrough, but I get a line gun upgrade, take it to the bench, and you still get a free power node for it, so it's cool. And what that does as well is it opens up the path of the upgrades. I like that. It's fun, I like it. Was it the original? It makes sense, it's satisfying. Good shit. But we're coming back here, of course, in Chapter 5 with the Hunter. He's a real piece of shit. Oh, a stun. You see that? Nice. Got the kinesis. Like I said, it's a shame that there's an auto aim on it. Takes some of the skill out of the game, but I was always intrigued before release, how are they going to incorporate the TK kills that were in 2 and 3 in this game. And I think they did it pretty well. As you can see though, I just used the fan blade to throw that at the Necro. It did massive damage. So with this game, more so than the other games in the series, feel free, ladies and gentlemen, if you see a vent, to melee the vent and get that blade onto the floor, ready to use. If you want to save ammo and if you're worried about a Necro spawning. Any explosives, though, will get rid of the blade. So if you have the blade on the floor, let's say you're in combat with an enemy and you use a grenade launcher or some shit, then you will lose the blade, it'll just get destroyed. What are we doing here? We're going back to the bench. Oh, there you go as well, suit level 2. So now, once we've got suit level 2, we get more upgrades. And we've got to go down that linear path for more air. That dirty word. Linear. But I think I was saying it at the end of chapter 1. I wish in this game, when you press the right stick down, I wish that beam was in the game like it is in the earlier, well, in all the other games. But primarily, I wish that was in use to find the security doors, because I've played this game a few times now, but I still get lost and can't quite remember where they all are. Although I do like that, you know, get more clearance as you go through the game and get the rigs to unlock the master door or whatever. You can get lost in this ship. More so than in the original game. But here we have it. We've got another blade. So much bleed. You thought it was the Wesley Snipes. Nice jump scare coming up here, ladies and gentlemen. Surprise, motherfucker! Ooh, something else that I neglected to mention, and that's going to happen a lot in this playthrough. During the downtime, I'm going to be like, oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. Here's a great thing I love about this game. Here's some of the shit about this game. There are a decent amount, I don't know how many, over the course of the game, from start to finish, chapter 1 to chapter 12, but there are a decent amount, maybe 10% of the game, maybe that's a bit too high, a decent amount so that it's fun on, you know, subsequent playthroughs. There's random spawning enemies, ladies and gentlemen. So an enemy that might attack you on one playthrough won't on the next playthrough. And it seems to be based on if you backtrack. Sometimes it isn't based on backtracking. Sometimes it's just completely random. This is good shit. This is what I wanted to see in these kinds of linear games for a while. It's quite nuanced, but when it does happen, it jump scares you because you're not anticipating it. So it makes replaying the game even more fun. It's really cool. Begs the question, like, was the technology not there in the past? It must have been to do that. So devs just choose not to. I want to see more shit like that in these kind of games, man. I always spoke about how the Evil Within 1 on Nightmare Akumu added different enemy placements. I want to see more enemy placements based on the difficulty and shit like that, because that really shows that devs have thought very carefully on how to approach the game. Not just same enemies, but, you know, easy, you get more ammo, you get more health, etc, etc. And vice versa if you're on hard. I want to see more ideas. I said it before release, I wanted a hardcore mode and a pure survival. Pure survival on this game would have been sick, man. Only able to upgrade from the store. No ammo or health in the game world or stasis. Just like Dead Space 3 had. That would have been so cool. But it didn't make sense in that game because it was an action game. But it would have made sense in this game and then didn't bloody do it. Bit upsetting. So as you can see, that is the first room in the game, if I'm not mistaken, where I'm just like, you know what? I'm not fighting those enemies. I would advise running on there, guys.
I'll check it out.
This is a bit different from the original. Get the anti-grav boots on. And up we fly. Another jump scare leaper here. Surprise, motherfucker. Don't be shy to use the stasis. I guess we'll talk about the stasis, ladies and gentlemen. We've not talked about it so far. This is how the stasis works in Dead Space Remake. Obviously, it's on your back to the right of your health. It depletes as you use it. By default, maybe you get about 3 or 4 uses of it. You can upgrade it about, I don't know, but you can upgrade the amount of times you can use it, 2 or 3 extra times. You can also upgrade how long enemies stay stasis for and the area of effect. Listen to that line. This is fucked up. That is absolutely awful voice acting, man. What on God's green earth? I can do a better line than that. So bad. So bad. But yeah, there we go. Use stasis again. Now, in Dead Space 2 and Dead Space 3, the stasis will regen. It doesn't in the original game, and it doesn't in this game. However, the difference is the stasis recharge units, there used to be a cooldown on them. So you can only use them like once every, I don't know, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 50 seconds, something like that. Now in this game, you can actually use those units as much as you want. That is a random spawn, I think. I think it is. Yeah, you can use them as much as you want now. Don't forget to do this, ladies and gentlemen. Remember where the stasis recharge units are. And get some extra stasis. Why the hell not? Got 3 small med packs there. Very interesting. Now, I've just had a little cake and I'm getting heartburn. This ain't good, ladies and gentlemen. This ain't good. I've got a lot of ammo, and I can tell you, you might think, oh, here we go. He said that this game, you don't get as much ammo as the first game. You honestly don't. This is a heck of a lot of ammunition, but it will deplete. There's nothing you can do about that. As much as you try and play intelligently and save your ammunition by meleeing and using TK, things like that, your HP, not your HP, sorry, your ammo is going to deplete more in this game than the other games in the series. As for melee though, in the second game, you could really save ammo by stomping on them. In this game, I think they're more dangerous when they're on the floor like that. So you won't see me do it. Anyway, this is a great room. You get shot on, mate. You get the TK. Get the TK. Oh, you see that? That was a bit of experimentation. And Alexander Hilly 123 wasn't happy, ladies and gentlemen. Because shooting that extinguisher did fuck all. Fortunately, I can't get the limb though. Feels weird in this game when you pin them to a wall. I can't explain it, but it's so fast and kind of ferocious that... I can't explain it, but there's a weird effect that you feel happening when you pin them to the wall that it's just different than it is in Dead Space 2. It feels less natural, dare I say. Prepping. You gotta do your prep, ladies and gentlemen. In any walk of life. See you, mate. So, in regards to the lore, this is the medical deck. One of the interesting things that they did in this game was added a bit of lore behind the Hunter. He was actually a guy called Harris, who Mercer was experimenting on. And if you don't actually do the side content, when you kill the Hunter in Chapter 10, Isaac will go, "Fuck you, you son of a bitch," something like that. But he actually mentions Harris by name if you do all the side content. This Clarky boy finishes him off. So that was a nice touch. And if you're wondering, we are going to do all the side content in this game. Compared to other like modern open world games, they're very minimal. But you know what? That's absolutely fine. They don't need to be anything more. I'm glad they added them in the game, and I like them. You got to get like a sample tissue in Chapter 6, and basically, I'll speak about it once we get to Chapter 6, of course. I think it's Chapter 6 anyway. It might actually be Chapter 5. Where you get it from the Hunter himself, and you end up getting some kind of... Clark, she's dead. Bruh. Yeah, you get this kind of pimped out stasis module basically closer to the end of the game. It's really cool, well worth doing. And we do it. Like Capcom in 2016, ladies and gentlemen, we do it. But now that Alan Wake 2 has come out, ladies and gentlemen, we are in a gaming landscape where I am not hyped for anything. This time last year, it was just before Callisto, this, Resi 4 Remake, Alan Wake 2. I was hyped about Stray, the cat game. Played that, obviously, a few months ago. It was in my last pickups video. Spoke about it. It was a lovely game, Stray. It was really nice. So I was hyped for that after it came out and I never played it. No, I might be wrong, but I don't think there's anything major on the horizon for me, and apart from maybe the Max Payne 1 and 2 remakes, and it's a concern. I'm not hyped for the Silent Hill 2 remake, ladies and gentlemen. Fuck Konami. It's gonna be shit. I'm not even bothering. I'm not bothering. But ladies and gentlemen, it's the lurkers. And they're always a piece of shit. We know that. I think they're slightly less of a piece of shit in this game. But as you just seen, that guy just tanked about 5 plasma rounds and the explosive from the grenade launcher. So just bear in mind, these guys are pretty tanky. Everything is a little too tanky in this game. Could be worse. Pick up some credits there. Surprise, motherfucker. Surprise, motherfucker. Now, there is obviously an aim assist on the TK, but that was actually bob on. I got that guy. I didn't miss that. I said I preferred the original to this game. I maybe put them alongside each other. Second game is still the best, man. I fucking adore that game. Hammond, we know Chenja #1, bruh. We know he is. I gotta say, the way that Hammond dies in this game is absolutely comical. It is comical. So dumb. Of course, a lot was made before release. Turn around, he spawned in. Hit him with a TK, and again, and he's dead. About how you can see the flesh tear off as they take more damage. It's cool. It's pretty cool. They got really skinny legs when they're nearly dead. Those necros skipped leg day. That's something you just don't do, ladies and gentlemen. Leg day is important, y'all. So we've got to go behind here. Very, very interesting how we go behind, but we don't like duck. We just stand there. This is bulletproof glass. There's no way in. Just completed last week, ladies and gentlemen, Metal Gear Solid 1, the Mustard Collection. And yeah, like I said, I've just been calling out Konami and which mug bought the Master Collection. Well, at least Metal Gear Solid 1. Me. Because I just thought, you know what? I can get nearly 1,000 gamer score playing the original Metal Gear Solid. Absolute masterpiece. I'm going to do it. So I did. And I still enjoyed it, regardless of the fact that it's not as good as playing on the Duck Station on PC. Outside chance you might see a casual Metal Gear Solid Let's Play next year, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not getting 2 and 3 as part of the collection though, because, well, I've already got the HD collection. And if you watch the Digital Foundry video, you'll realise that it's actually worse, this new version. Absolutely fucking farcical. This can be quite a tough room. The lights are going to go out, and it's another room which is way too dark, in my opinion.
Security clearance required. Medical is overwhelmed. We need help.
This is the same woman who plays Nicole in the second game, ladies and gentlemen. She sounds a bit different in this game. I can't put my finger on it. Obviously, she's much older, but I think she was trying to be a bit of a badass in the second game, of course, due to the nature of her character, and there was probably a lot of reverb on her voice because she was like a spooky ghost enemy, if you will. I like the fact that when you pick up credits in this game, and there's a lot of them, it looks different. You can just see that it's like different credits wrapped around each other kind of thing. This is a tough room, this. I might take damage here, I can't remember. I think I do. A lot of time, like I say, when there's multiple enemies in the room, you struggle to find, like, where the enemies are coming from. Look at that, though, for a dodge. Fuck you, you prick. Ooh, my lord. I can't even see what's going on here myself. Ah, Stasis, that guy. I was hoping to shoot two of them with the grenade. Few missed shots there. Finally we get that guy. Jesus, look how much ammo is on floor. So of course chapter 2 is going to end with us in the morgue, the captain's body, and they changed that into a little cutscene when it isn't a cutscene in the original game. The infector does his work behind the glass, turns the captain into a super necro, and he busts out the glass. It's absolutely badass. Obviously, I'm kind of saddened that they didn't keep it like that. But it's kind of cool what happens in the remake. We'll get there, obviously, in a few minutes. Okay, that guy's going to tank that shot. 0 fucks given. So that's a leap up. We can see that the lurker's not dead. No, he is. Well, alrighty then. Clarky boy going sick. It's one of the shorter chapters in the game, running at just 30 minutes this one, ladies and gentlemen. Next chapter is 47 minutes. And that'll be me done for the evening. Now we're going to get another spawn here. You see, he doesn't fall over there when I hit him with the box. If that's Dead Space 2, he would fall over, I think. There we have it. Nice exaggerated pool of blood there as well. I guess to be fair, considering how many pints of blood are in the human body, it's not really exaggerated, but... We get the crazy waifu lady here. And the game will move the camera here. You can probably tell there, to get you to look at it. I'm not doing so because I've already played the game. Fuck you, game, trying to force where I look. I'm not having it. So the thing is with this game, ladies and gentlemen, you can only save over one file, as you can see there. It doesn't let you save over multiple save files. Oh dear. I mean, I'd argue it shouldn't take about 5 plasma cutter shots after I hit him with a TK. But okay. Cool attention to detail on the suit here as well. But here we have it. It's the motherfucking morgue, and something you can do, ladies and gentlemen, something I do recommend you do, is go to town stomping these bodies, because obviously then the effector isn't going to be able to do his business. Just take a minute or so, he's got no legs anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm sure I remember in one of the Dead Space games, there are certain infectors that will still bring the corpses back to life, even if you take the legs off. I'm sure I remember that being a thing. Kinesis pissing me off here, not working properly. You can get Clark to swear, like he does in 2 and 3, by stomping, but it's more rare. It's kind of harder to get him to do it. All the more funnier when he does. Don't forget your credits there. So you can do what I'm doing here. What's going to happen now, by bringing the stasis canister into the room, or close to the room, what the infector does is he goes away from the door, he tries to find the body, he spends about 10 seconds looking, and then he comes and attacks you. It's pretty funny. But the enemies are so tanky that you really want to be quick trying to kill this Super Necro. It's easier said than done, because if you thought the regular enemies were tanky, well, of course these motherfuckers are going to be tanky. Now, I must admit, I prefer the look of the Super Necros, the enhanced ones as it's called, in the original trilogy, because they're darker. It's harder to differentiate them in this game. They look kind of similar to me, where there's no debating. In the original trilogy, it's easy to tell that they're enhanced. There we have it. He's dead. Take a hit, son. Oh my god. Listen Clerk's dialogue here.
What's your status? Do you have the captain's rig?
Fuck me. Transmitting codes now. I saw it, Hammond. A flying one turned the captain's body into another one of those things. The same must have happened to Chen.
His voice sounds different though. Not only is that dialogue hilarious, it just sounds different. Oh, let me have a swig of water. Oh man, I might have some Gaviscon.
Isaac,
You're here. What the hell's happening?
the computer says the Ishimura's engines are offline. We're on a decaying orbit toward Aegis 7.
Oh god. I have to get to engineering.
There's no time. That tram station's offline. Unless... Here.
So this is something to bear in mind as well.
Report's right, there's a shortcut.
When you're going back into rooms you've already been to, try and remember where lockers were locked by you know, security that you don't yet have, just like this power node here. We're coming back now, we can get into it where we couldn't before, so you don't miss out on all the potential loot. Something of course that the original none of the games ever did. I was a bit worried about that aspect of the game before release, but I think my fears were alleviated really. It's not an issue at all. But 3 stasis packs, multiple health items, a lot of plasma. Things are looking pretty good. I think I do put 1 upgrade into the pulse rifle just for a little bit more capacity. Just to hold like 10 more bullets. I will keep hold of the pulse rifle. I will pick up the Ripper. Because that's the thing, I don't think you actually have to pick the weapons up. But I kind of feel obligated to do so. And thus I do. But I barely use the Ripper. I'm not a big fan of it. By the time I get the flamethrower, I'll put the Ripper away, still use a pulse rifle, but then when we get the contact beam, I'll get rid of the pulse rifle, and then we keep that loadout until we get the force gun. And then we just upgrade the shit out of everything from there. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, Chapter 3 of my Dead Space Remake Impossible Difficulty commentary walkthrough.